Gary, a 2-1 win with a dramatic finish. You must be really delighted.
Yeah, it was a dramatic finish. I was pleased with the overall game. I didn't think we were at our best. We looked a little bit lacking in energy, which I think sometimes is so important to us that if you come away from that, we take a little bit away from our game. So I felt as though we started a little bit. I wanted a bit more, on and off the ball, a bit more movement off the ball, and a little bit more pace in our running, and a bit more pace in our pressure on the ball as a team unit. So I think that to go into half time at 0-0, I think was probably fair. I didn't think there was a lot in the first half. I felt as though Clates, having to come off at half time was a bit of a blow, because I was toying at that point with going 4-4-2 and playing Varney up there with him because of Diagaraga sitting quite effectively in just in front of the back four and stopping John getting into those little pockets. We actually got into some good pockets early, and we just couldn't quite get the ball out of our feet, and just perhaps looked a little bit leggy, John. From that point of view, then to score the goal, which again I talk about character and effort and work rate and all of those things that are important to me and the fans, I'm sure. And then we actually score a really good goal with quality, because that's another side to our game. We get John into that little pocket that we tried to do, just a little bit wider either side of their sitter. John turns, first time probably we've had people running off. Mags runs behind, great run, past the defenders, great ball from John. And an excellent finish, just again highlights the importance of Jacques and the growing importance of Jacques in our team. I said that to him at the start of the season, it was goals that he needs to add to his game in the Championship. Like I said before, he scored 18 goals for me in League Two in the last season for him, and I know he's got it in the locker and he can do that, and he's now on 5, just as we turn into the new year. So I think for a winger it's an excellent and healthy target. And he worked so hard for the team. So I think at that point, it was a fantastic position to be in. Certainly better second half, a little bit more energy about as we played 10-15 yards up the pitch, and kept them in their half a little bit, made it more difficult. I think for them to score then was disappointing. It's difficult conditions, of course. It's so wet and muddy, and I think the ball's moved. Felt it was a foul, just not a foul before that. I thought the lad was offside. Came back from an offside position. We end up giving a foul away. The free kick, he hits, it bends a little bit. I'd like to see how much it moves. I'm sure Thomas will be a little bit disappointed he didn't hold on to it, but it's not easy when it just dips in front of you, skids off the turf, and of course, typically their lad's the first one to react and taps it in. So at that point we looked a little tired and a little bit leggy, but we might be lucky to take a point. To go and score the winner so late on was fantastic, and the goal was brilliant. When you look at it, it sums us up in some ways. The players coming onto the pitch have had a real effect. Michael wins the ball, plays it to Shins, 30 yards in his own half. Shins puts Varney in with an excellent pass and an excellent run from Varney. He does a little step over, takes it wide, cross comes shot, and Michael ends up running 60 yards and slides in and gets the winner, which was brilliant. He's been excellent for us when you think of the value of £160,000. Incredible value for a player of his ability and determination. And I thought that I'm not suggesting we completely deserved the win, but I felt as though second half we showed a little bit more. To take all 3 points.
Well, the players really wanted it, because you could tell by the celebrations, couldn't you, in front of Tilton at the end?
Well, it's so nice to score a late winner, isn't it? I mean, you can't beat, if you could choose a way to win the game, that's probably what you do, where you perhaps haven't played as well as you can do, and you end up with a brilliant goal like that, and he's a popular lad, Michael. He's come over, he works incredibly hard in training, works incredibly hard in matches, and that's what we're all about, so I think it was a popular goal. His first one, of course, he had lots of shots. I wound him up a little bit and said in England it's a lot easier to score from 2 yards than it is from 45, and he still didn't laugh or smile or show any emotion at all. So no, it was fantastic, and again, listen, it shows what a really strong, tight-knit, together group we are when you score like that and everyone celebrates at the end.
You use the word character. Have the players shown that with 3 home wins on the bounce?
They always do. They always show character. I said that at the start of the season. I said, listen, and I don't mean to diminish what we've got as a team or diminish our ability, but I often say that other teams have players with more individual skill at times, but we've got players of our own, but overall teams have more options. But what we have got is we've got amazing character and amazing togetherness, and I've always prided my teams on that, because I think sometimes that can be more effective than people playing for themselves in the game. Now the challenge is to get some players that have got that individual brilliance as well as the ones we've got, that also fit into our team ethos and fit into our team character, because that's the important bit, for us to grow. But they've been brilliant so far. For us to be 2 points off the playoffs after 25 games, to us to have more points now, 8 games quicker than we did last season, and we still had a bad run last season from this point in. So we've got a little bit of momentum now. If we can strengthen again, then I'm sure we'll be in a very good position come April, May, which is what it's about for us.
It was a real tough end to 2015, but you've come out the other side and once again looking up.
Well, we have, yeah. We're counting the cost of it all the time. Clayton comes off with a bang to his hip, which I don't think is too serious. At half time, Jacques Magoma had a tight hamstring second half, so we had to bring him off. John we're about to bring off, but he just gets a kick for good measure as he's doing it. So once again, we've had to make 3 changes due to injury. We've got Cots, Neil Eardley and Kobe coming back next week. So again, we're going to add to our numbers from within. A couple of players coming back from loan. But I think the important thing is that we're going into this transfer window in a very, very healthy position. And again, it's up to us to add some really strong bodies to it, and I'm going to have to get to work now. I don't know whether I like this period or not, because I basically lose my life for a month, so I'm hoping to get some deals done quick.